All right, gang, the last thing we're going to talk about is supply and demand. And as you guys know, if there's too much supply, then the demand's going to be low. And if there's not enough supply, then the demand's going to be high. So there's always companies trying to find that break-even point, that perfect amount. So this is going to help with that. It says the quantity supplied of a good is the amount of a product that is a company is willing to make available for sale at a given price. The quantity demanded of a good is the amount of a product that the consumers are willing to purchase at the given price. So it says, suppose that the quantity supplied S and the quantity demanded D of a smartphone each day are given by these two. S of P equals 15P minus 900, and the demand at a certain price is equal to negative 3.75P plus 2,850, where P is the price in dollars of that smartphone. It says here the equilibrium price of a product is defined as a price at which the quantity supplied equals quantity demanded. That is, the equilibrium price is the price at which S of P is equal to D of P. So we want to find that price of the smartphones, and then we'll find what the equilibrium quantity is, okay, which is the amount of demanded or supplied at the equilibrium price. So basically, we want to do this. We want to find the supply at a price equal D of a price. Okay. Now, algebraically, we can just set each one equal to 0, equal to each other, So we're going to say S of P equal to 15P minus 900, and we're going to take D of P equals negative 3.75P plus 2,850. And then from there, we're just going to solve for P. So we're going to go ahead and add that 3.75P over. That gives me 18.75P. I'm going to go ahead and add this 900 over. And that gives me 3,750. And then we're going to go ahead and divide over. Once we divide that over, we get P by itself. We get P equals a price of $200. Okay, so that's our equilibrium price. That's where these two, the supply and demand, is going to be equal. The idea is this is a positive slope here for S of P, and then D of P is going down like this. So as the price gets bigger and bigger, the demand's going down. Now, another way to do this is you could do this in your calculator. You can type in Y1 is 15P minus 900, and you can do Y2 is negative 3.75 plus 2850. Again, different values you can mess around with your windows. I'm going to make this 0,300, and I'm going to make my Ymin, Ymax 0,5,000, and I'm going to graph it. When I graph it, I can see that these two lines are intersecting. And what I want to know is where are these equal, where they intersect. So that's where we can go second trace, intersect. First curve enter, second curve enter, and then guess. And that gives us our intersection. To answer that last question, what is the equilibrium quantity, the amount demanded or supplied? That's this value. That's your Y value. So for our case, S of 200 is 2,100 smartphones. That's essentially plugging in 200 into our function. You could plug in 200 here and solve. You could plug in 200 there and solve. I always like using the calculator. It's nice and fast and easy. The last question they ask us is to determine the prices for which the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. That is, solve for this inequality. S of P is greater than D of P. So basically do what we did in example part A. You just take each one, set it so that S of P is greater than D of P, or in our case, 15P minus 900 is greater than negative 3.75P plus 2850. And go ahead and solve. We solved that up here, so I'm not going to redo it. Just get P is greater than 200. So our price, if we want our supply to be greater, then we're going to charge more than $200. If we want that demand, to be greater, then our price would be less than $200. That's it, gang. I'll take questions when I get back. You guys have a great weekend.